Hello and welcome to our video tutorial. In this video tutorial, we'll see how to implement if-else conditional statements in our JavaScript code. So let's see it with an example. In this example, what we are going to do is we'll put a text box, and every time we enter a text box, we do some if-else comparison and show an alert message conditionally based on the input that we entered. So let's try that. So let's create a new file, if else statement.html. There you go. Now let's create our function. Identifier, let's call it grade manager. What we will do is we'll insert a value, a student mark, let's say, and it will tell us if that mark is false on grade A, grade B, or grade C. Okay, so what we need to do is we accept an input from a user. So let's add a text box in our HTML, and let's call the ID of that text, because we need an ID of text box to read data from it in our JavaScript function. So its name is going to be txt_mark. Txt_mark means it's a text box, and also it's going to we are going to store a mark on it. So let's add our button as well. So on click, we're going to call grade manager. Manage grade, better word. Now let's create a variable called mark, and let's assign the data from our text. So in JavaScript, what we can do is we write document.getElement by ID, get an element, which means an HTML element, by ID. So here I will give which element I want. I want the element with an ID txt_mark. So I will give it txt_mark. So in the txt_mark, I need the value. So I'll say dot value. Now this line will read everything written in this text box and store it in the variable mark. Now what I want to do is I want to check if the value entered or mark is greater than or equal to 90. Mark is A. Let's try that. If in parentheses mark greater than or equal to, we have seen this in our comparison operator. So mark, the value stored in the variable called mark, is greater than or equal to 90. Then in the parentheses we have to do everything in opening and closing brackets, parentheses, for our if condition. If our condition is true, then we can alert the grade is A. Okay, what if mark is greater than or equal to 90? Okay, I can say else if mark greater than or equal to 80. The message is going to be B. Now else I can say alert C. That's all I want. So what I'm going to do is, if the value entered in the text box is greater than or equal to 90, I will show an alert, the grade is A. If that value is greater than or equal to 80, I actually should say and less than or equal less than 90. But if it's already greater than or equal to 90, this if else condition will manage it. So I don't have to say it here. So if mark is greater than or equal to 80, the grade is B. Otherwise, so this means otherwise, which means if above two conditions are not true, then you will say C. Let's try our application. So let's go to our folder and open our HTML file. Let's test our application, and if you have any problem, then we can fix. Now 92 manage grade, so it says grade is A. Now what if the value is 70? What do we expect? It should say that grade is B, right? Because it's greater no, it's less than 80, so it has to be grade is C. Okay, let's try a number between 80 and 90, so let's say 86. Now it has to be B, so the grade is B. So in this, what I want you to see is how can we execute, or how can we do any code depending on data conditionally. So that's what conditional statements are for. I'm showing different messages depending on the value I received. Okay, so all these messages are being shown to the user conditionally. If mark is greater than 90, then this message is going to be shown, not the other. So if this condition is successful, then this message is going to be displayed. Otherwise, if both are false, then this one will pop up. Okay, now I'm showing messages, or I'm doing things conditionally depending on a value. That's what conditional statement is about. And in this video we have seen if else statement. There is also one more way of doing what we just did. It's called a switch statement, or a switch case statement. So we'll see that in our next video. So I hope this part of our training is clear. If you have any questions or comments, good or bad, please let us know. Write your comments in the below comment section. So thank you very much for watching, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube video channel for future videos to get notifications on our future videos. Thank you very much again.